But then you're gonna have to watch me like lick it out of a cone. Okay, we're gonna put it in a cone.
That smile, I don't know whether you should break my heart or put me
It's better.
together.
Okay, my head is cut off. Let's try this again. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. As promised, I'm here with a full day of eating. This is actually my lunch, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm sure this totally goes without saying, but what I eat today is not what I eat every single day. So I'm gonna try to show you the most accurate representation of what I eat, because I generally do eat like very similar meals every single day. If you follow me on Instagram story, you are well aware of that. This is mostly because I'm lazy and I lack creativity, so today is gonna be no different. You're gonna get the same old boring meals that I eat most of the time. I'm also gonna show you a few other examples of meals that I ate earlier this week, so you can get like a true representation of like the type of food I eat on a regular basis. I also want to catch you up on everything that's going on with me, so maybe a little bit of an update. But first, I want to show you what I had for breakfast. I mentioned in my last video that I wake up at like some god-awful time in the morning, like every morning, and I still do that. Hello, hi, good morning. But I've definitely switched up what I'm actually doing in the morning to help with that whole anxiety and lack of appetite thing that I mentioned in my last video. So what I do every morning is I get my breakfast together and I sit down and I write my book for at least 30 minutes to an hour every single morning. I have been working on my book and things have been going really well. I'm actually all the way up to chapter 5. I still have like tons more work to do on it, but I am making progress. Today I'm having cake pop oatmeal as usual. I mean, like, what else is new? But I've been making this the night before. It's the night before. So it's super easy for me to sit down and write and already have something to eat. What I do is I make them the way that I normally make oatmeal. Like, I actually cook the instant oatmeal as usual with boiling water, and then I add a scoop of protein. Nothing different here. I also like switching up the cake pop for my other favorite, the strawberries and cream protein for oats, when I want something different. I let it cool down before I scoop it into the jar. I throw in some granola, some berries, and ta-da! Cold cooked oats that sat in the fridge overnight. It makes it like cookie dough. I mean, come on. Now, I don't make this using a conventional overnight oats method of just like letting oats soak in almond milk or something, but this is my breakfast, and when have I ever been conventional? I'm also gonna show you an example breakfast of what I ate yesterday. Pretty basic, and yeah, I do eat oatmeal most of the time, but sometimes I enjoy eating other stuff too, especially when I'm in the mood for something more savory. And I know that it's like really early in the morning to eat breakfast, especially for somebody who has very little appetite in the morning, but there's something about the routine of just sitting down and eating with my tea and my computer that I feel like as soon as I take the first couple of bites of whatever I'm eating, I start to feel hungry. It's like so early that like I haven't even had time to be super anxious about the day yet. It's like before the internet has woken up and I have me time and I have my food time, my breakfast time, my tea time, and my book time. After I finish eating, I will take a multivitamin and I will also take a hair, skin, and nail supplement. And then after I finish eating breakfast, I get dressed, get ready for the day, and then I usually head over to the gym. Okay, so I'm dressed and ready for the gym. I'm actually wearing Whitney Simmons' collaboration with Gymshark, at least the top is, and the sports bra. Very cute. The leggings are from Amazon, if you're curious, and I'm gonna go do a quick lower body workout. I'm just probably gonna run through it pretty fast in the video because I know you guys are here for the food, so ideally, I will see you with food very soon.
Great.
I just did my hair, I just did my makeup, and as soon as I step outside, my hair is gonna be a complete mess. So at least I tried and it looked good for like 5 minutes. So now that we're all caught up, it's time for lunch. I am just having a sandwich. I don't think it requires a tutorial on how to put meat in between 2 slices of bread, but I will let you know what's in it. So I personally think it's essential to toast the bread of a sandwich. This is a classy sandwich. And then I added mustard, some shredded cheese, which I know is bizarre in a sandwich to add shredded cheese, but Jeff does it and he got me in the habit of using it, and I kind of like it in a sandwich. Then I put sliced turkey, a half of an avocado, pickles, another essential, I love pickles, and then salt and pepper, which is super underrated on a sandwich. You should always add salt and pepper. It makes everything taste better. And then I top it with another slice of bread. I have master culinary skills, let me tell you. On the side, I have baby golden potatoes, which I make in the air fryer, but I make them in big batches at a time, so I just microwaved these. And then I had some steamed green beans that I just heated up as well, and voila. I also have a glass of greens because I actually really just like the taste of them. And I know they're like healthy for me or something like that, but like they're just actually really good. They kind of taste like, I don't know, it tastes like cold chocolate juice. Something. I don't know. Maybe that sounds gross to you. Time to eat.
I think I can see clear now.
I want to get some composition in here, but I'm afraid if I put, see, that's what happens. If I put the lemons in, I lose focus. Okay, no lemons for me. This is gonna be a boring shot because I got nothing in it but me. We're gonna talk. Update chat. I don't want to go on too long. Nothing has been super like revolutionary or life-changing, but I feel like there's been enough time since my last video that a few things have changed. So as I said earlier, I have been making progress on my book. I quickly wanted to read to you something really small from it. I went on way too long the first time, so let's do something really short. Looking down at my newfound belly rolls made from eating thousands upon thousands of calories of food every day for the past 6 months, I begin to cry. Jeff, my boyfriend of 4 years, comes over to my side and pulls my lifted shirt down to conceal my stomach and says in a soft whisper, "Stop, Steph, you look perfect." I look up at him with watery eyes and a hint of shame, and I nod my head. And then I hug him, hoping we can both just ignore the brief moment of self-deprecation. Now I want to start by saying that I am not the emotional wreck I am about to portray myself to be. But 6 months into my all-in journey, I was often a frequent passenger on a very emotional roller coaster. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. Aside from that, I did hit my 20 book goal that I wanted to hit 20 books in 1 month. And now that it's been almost 2 months, I've read over 30 books, and I'm still simultaneously reading at the same time that I'm writing. I don't have to stop one for the other. You need to read this book. This was my favorite. And that's a bold statement. A Man Called Uva. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It was exactly the type of book that I needed. Highly recommend. Cannot recommend it enough. I've told everybody I know that they need to read it. This is a good book. So with book stuff out of the way, I have been doing a lot of the things that I said I would do to kind of keep my anxiety in check. And I have been doing a lot of things, as you saw this morning, with keeping my appetite in check and making sure that I don't bulk so much of my food later in the day. I make sure that I eat and space out my meals throughout the day, which really helps me, and it really helps me feel like I have a more well-balanced diet. Jeff uses BetterHelp. He recommends it to me very highly. I haven't done a session with a therapist yet, but I know that that is something that would probably help me a lot. That's something that I plan on doing. But something that I have done is that I spoke to Kayla.
It's so nice to see you.
I know.
It's so good to see your face.
If you guys are new to my channel, you may not know that Kayla was one of the gals who reached out to me after I made my first initial all-in video, telling me that she kind of helps people who do this sort of thing and who recover and go all in. She helps coach them. I've been talking to her basically since the beginning of my whole all-in journey, and she's helped me so much. She made me feel really good. And she told me my lack of appetite was actually super normal.
They come from this end and they have extreme insatiable hunger. And then they go all the way through recovery and they end up on this side, like with no appetite, no cravings. Like you said, I'm not complaining really, because I would take this over extreme constant hunger. But, you know, like, why does this happen? You know? But yeah, it's like this weird phenomenon that your hunger cues literally just balance out so much to where you have zero cravings, you have like zero draw to food. You're just like, food is food.
If under the condition that the client is completely like cooperating in terms of like eating everything and they're not restricting, like I feel like there is a pretty distinct timeline, like 3 months a certain thing happens, 6 months, and then the 1 year certain, and then you're saying now like the 1 year, year and a half, like certain things tend to happen if you did follow the rules, like if you did eat as much as you really wanted to.
The only difference with my particular scenario is that I have a lot of stress and anxiety from the pressure that I feel from my online presence. And I have come to realize since releasing that video and reading all of your comments about how it doesn't matter if I change. It does mean a lot to me because it did relieve me of some of that external pressure I was feeling. You guys said the same thing to me, like that you said in my first video, that you don't care, that you like me. It meant a lot to me that you guys just care about who I am. Okay, let's get back to the food now. So I have transitioned over to the dark side of sweatpants because comfort. So for tonight for dinner, we are going to be having sushi, and sushi is something that I have at least twice a week for dinner. I don't know if I should say that with shame or if I should say that with pride, but I love me some sushi. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I usually eat is just I start eating the edamame because it's hot. So the other rolls that I got, spicy tuna roll, California roll, and then something called a fire starter roll, which is like a spicy tuna roll with avocado, and it has fish eggs and tuna on top. She knows that's why they help blow my ego. No one ain't because I get hoes. I got niggas that empty and reload. Gotta keep heat cause the streets cold. My young bro keep it pissing like D-Rose. I feel a ball, like they not guarding me. My circle small, my people are part of me. Still my blood. So I am internally battling with my 7-year-old self right now because I want to put this ice cream in a cone. I got a bowl originally, but something about ice cream in a cone is it's just so much better. But then you're gonna have to watch me like lick it out of a cone. Okay, we're gonna put it in a cone. These are just like plain waffle cones from Publix. As you saw, I didn't finish my sushi entirely. I did eat most of it. By the way, this is Edie's slow churned ice cream and cookies and cream. Eddie's or Edie's? I don't know. You can correct me if you know down below. It's better, I'm telling you, it's better. Okay guys, that is going to conclude this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoyed me showing you more than one example of each type of meal because I obviously don't eat the same thing every day. I'm sure you guys know that. Let me know if you like full day of eating videos. I can do more of them, so just leave me a comment down below. Like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you happen to be new, and I will see you in a video very soon. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.
White teeth and black leather, you and I would go great together, babe. And black soul, white feathers,